The 1963 Chevrolet Corvette C2, particularly the split window coupe, revolutionized American sports car design and performance. Marking the debut of the second-generation Corvette, this model introduced features that would become instantly iconic. As the sports car market evolved in the early 1960s, Chevrolet saw the need for a more competitive, advanced vehicle. The result? A car that wasn't just an upgrade. It was a leap forward. The C2 set new standards in the world of American sports cars, combining sleek aesthetics with enhanced performance. But it was the split window coupe, produced for only 1 year, that became the stuff of legends. Even today, it remains one of the most coveted models in Corvette history, a perfect blend of innovation and classic American automotive design. Imagine cruising down the highway in 1963 behind that split rear window, knowing you were at the wheel of a car that would define an era. The bold design of the 1963 Corvette C2 wasn't born in isolation. It was the culmination of years of visionary concepts. Two groundbreaking concept cars paved the way. The 1959 Stingray Racer, initially designed by Pete Brock and refined by Larry Shinoda under Bill Mitchell's guidance, and the 1961 Mako Shark concept, which added an even sleeker, more aggressive aesthetic. These ideas didn't just influence. They shaped the car's look and feel, ensuring the Corvette C2 stood out from the crowd. Key figures like Zora Arkus-Duntov, Bill Mitchell, and Larry Shinoda worked tirelessly to turn this design into reality. Arkus-Duntov, the father of the Corvette, ensured the car didn't just look good, but also delivered on performance. Meanwhile, Mitchell and Shinoda's creative direction gave birth to a shape that has since become iconic. The split window, the long hood, the hidden headlights. Each element served a purpose, yet combined, they created something far more than the sum of their parts. The moment you laid eyes on the 1963 Corvette C2, it was clear that this was no ordinary car. Dubbed the Stingray, its sleek, aerodynamic body was unlike anything that had come before. The split rear window? A design decision so bold that it still sparks debates among car enthusiasts today. It's easy to see why. It's the first thing you notice and one of the reasons this model remains so coveted. Picture watching the headlights swivel up from the body, a design element ahead of its time. The pointed front end gives the car an aggressive stance, as if it's ready to pounce. Non-functional hood vents and a boat tail-inspired rear gave it a look that was muscular, yet refined. Even small touches, like hiding the fuel filler cap behind the rear license plate, showed just how much thought went into keeping this design clean and modern. No wonder it's become a staple at car shows and a favorite among collectors. The interior of the C2 didn't just match the exterior's boldness, it enhanced it. Feel yourself sliding into the cockpit-style driver's seat, where everything you need is within reach. The twin-cowl dashboard, reminiscent of an aircraft, surrounded you in a way that made the driver feel like they were about to pilot a fighter jet. Large, chrome ring gauges gave the driver a constant update on the car's performance, including a 160 miles per hour speedometer. A hint that this car wasn't just for show. It was for going fast. The center console, housing the shifter and various controls, brought a touch of sophistication to an otherwise aggressive design. And the improved seating meant that you could enjoy this high-performance car for hours on end without sacrificing comfort. Under the hood, the 1963 Corvette C2 offered a range of engine options, each designed to cater to different driving preferences. Whether you were seeking a spirited weekend drive or a full-blown performance machine, the C2 had something for you. The base 327 cubic inch V8 packed 250 horsepower, but for those who craved more speed, Chevrolet had you covered with the L75, L76, and the top-of-the-line L84, which boasted a roaring 360 horsepower. But it wasn't just about raw power. Chevrolet offered fuel injection with the L76 and L84, giving drivers smoother performance and better throttle response. Paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, this was the kind of car that could satisfy anyone looking for a visceral driving experience. And for those preferring a more laid-back cruise, the 2-speed power-glide automatic transmission was also available. Think about stepping on the gas and feeling that 360 horsepower L84 engine propel you from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds. That was supercar territory in the early 60s, and the Corvette delivered it with style. The 1963 Corvette wasn't just a straight-line performer. For the first time, Corvette introduced an independent rear suspension, setting the stage for a more refined and responsive ride. The new ladder-type frame improved rigidity, making the car feel solid, even when pushed to its limits on twisty roads. Envision taking a corner in the C2, feeling the car stay planted, responding to every movement of the steering wheel. The handling was unlike anything Corvette had produced before. Whether on the open road or navigating a series of tight curves, the C2 handled like a true sports car, matching European competitors like Ferrari and Jaguar. With a low curb weight of just over 3,000 pounds and an impressive power-to-weight ratio, the Corvette wasn't just fast. It was agile, a trait often overlooked in American muscle cars of the era. If you opted for the L84 engine, you weren't just buying a car, you were buying a ticket to some of the best performance numbers in American automotive history. With 360 horsepower under the hood, the 1963 Corvette C2 could sprint from 0 to 60 in just 5.9 seconds, covering the quarter mile in about 14.5 seconds at over 100 miles per hour. These numbers weren't just for bragging rights. The car's top speed of 150 miles per hour put it in a league of its own, a fact that racing enthusiasts couldn't ignore. This was a machine that had as much bite as its bark, with the L84 engine delivering power and speed that were virtually unheard of in an American sports car. The 1963 Corvette wasn't just about speed. It introduced several innovations that set it apart from its competitors. Take the Rochester mechanical fuel injection system, which gave the L76 and L84 engines an edge with improved throttle response and higher performance. And for the serious racers, Chevrolet offered the Z06 performance package, which included upgraded brakes, suspension, and a larger fuel tank, making the Corvette ready for the track. Imagine hearing the rumble of the off-road exhaustion, bypassing the mufflers to deliver that raw, aggressive sound that car enthusiasts crave. Or think of the endurance racers, opting for the 36-gallon tanker fuel tank, ideal for long-distance competitions. Chevrolet had thought of it all, offering both performance and practicality for the true sports car enthusiast. While performance was the Corvette's main focus, Chevrolet didn't skimp on comfort. The 1963 C2 introduced a host of luxury features that made it as enjoyable to drive as it was to look at. Power steering and power windows were available for the first time, and air conditioning, an unheard-of feature in many sports cars, was offered as an option. Think about cruising down the highway, windows down, the roar of the engine behind you, but still enjoying the comfort of a refined interior. The C2 balanced the thrill of driving with the convenience of modern amenities, giving owners the best of both worlds. The 1963 Corvette C2 was a hit from the moment it debuted. Chevrolet sold 21,513 units that year, with a nearly even split between coupes and convertibles. The split window coupe, however, has since taken on a life of its own in the collector's market. With just over 10,000 produced, the one-year-only split window design became one of the most sought-after features in Corvette history. Today, owning a 1963 split window coupe is like owning a piece of American automotive royalty. Depending on the condition, engine configuration, and originality, these cars can fetch anywhere from $100,000 to over $500,000 at auction. It's not just a car anymore, it's an icon. While the Corvette was designed for the road, it made its mark on the track, too. In 1963, a privately entered Corvette C2 competed in the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans, achieving an impressive 19th place finish. Domestically, the C2 was a fierce competitor in Sports Car Club of America, SCCA, events, where its powerful V8 engine and superior handling made it a top contender. Even though General Motors officially withdrew from factory-backed racing, the secret development of 5 Grand Sport lightweight racing versions by Zora Arkus-Duntov only added to the C2's racing pedigree. The Corvette wasn't just a stylish sports car. It was a serious performance machine that could hold its own on the international stage. Restoring a 1963 Corvette C2 is no small feat, but for dedicated enthusiasts, it's a labor of love. The fiberglass body requires specialized knowledge for repairs, and finding original components, especially for the fuel injection system, can be a challenge. But for those seeking the pinnacle of Corvette restoration, the rewards are immense. Imagine the satisfaction of restoring a '63 split window coupe to its former glory, knowing you're preserving a piece of automotive history. It's not just about owning a classic car, it's about reviving a legend. The 1963 Chevrolet Corvette C2 split window coupe stands as a defining moment in American automotive history. Its bold design, groundbreaking performance, and technical innovation set a new standard for what an American sports car could be. From the split rear window to the powerful V8 under the hood, every aspect of this car screamed innovation. Today, the split window coupe remains a coveted collector's item, but more than that, it symbolizes a pivotal shift for Corvette, transforming it from a stylish cruiser into a serious contender on the global stage. The legacy of the '63 Corvette extends far beyond its production year, influencing the design and performance of every Corvette that followed. So, whether you're lucky enough to see one at a car show or dream of one day owning this icon, the 1963 Corvette C2 split window coupe continues to inspire awe and admiration. It's more than just a car. It's a testament to American innovation and the spirit of performance.